Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers. I'm looking at a book from Oxford University Press. It's one of the Blackstones Guides to legislation, which Alistair McQueen came up with, I think, as a concept some years ago. I've found them extremely helpful because they pick a new piece of law and they look at it and give you comments at the beginning with chapters, and then give you the total legislation itself. This is the book anyway. It's 200 odd pages long. There's obviously a title and a few chapters at the beginning to explain the bits and pieces about how the legislation comes about, and then the act at the back. And then of course there's a nice index if you want that, and then some explanations at the side. It's been written by a team of people: Ian MacDonald, Queen's Counsel; Laurie, Fransman, Queen's Counsel; Adrian, Alison, Harvey, Hina, Majid, and Ronan, Toal. And as I say, I think it's an excellent book. I rely on these guides, especially in certain types of common law work in particular, especially in the criminal division and also in immigration work. My wife and I have written a review on Flickr and elsewhere on the internet. We've given it the title Expert Commentary by the leading names in Borders, Citizenship and Immigration, plus a full copy of the Act. That's what you get. It's what we expect with these guides. I think they're indispensable in the modern era where we've got so much legislation. So OUP, thanks a lot for it. What we say though here is that the beauty of the Blackstone Guides is that they are published soon after the enactment of latest legislation. They are therefore, in our view, a boon to the busy practitioner eager to keep up to date with the latest changes in the law relevant to his or her area of practice. Now, you'll appreciate this is a controversial area. True to form, Blackstones have come up to the task here with this new guide in the continuing series of their excellent statutory comment guides, and they are, in our view, a cornerstone of interpretation for both advocates and lawyers. The title is a compact, concise and authoritative piece of work, and it's also timely for the major and important piece of legislation that this particular thing is, particularly in an election year when the issues raised or dealt with by this Act are quite probably going to come to the forefront of the political agenda in Britain. We fear it's inevitable, of course, that the issues addressed by the Act will be used by the power-hungry extremist groups to instill fear into the general public in order to distort and discredit the moderate public policy exemplified by the Act. The guide, therefore, is a timely contribution to the continuing debate on how we must or should deal with immigrants and immigration policy. And it's obviously an area that I wish a few more people would read about before they make comments. It's excelling as a quick referencing tool, and that's what the guide's purposes are. It follows the structure of the Act, provides a thorough explanatory coverage of how the law will work in practice. That's what we need, of course, in court, with tribunals, dealing with such topical issues as fingerprinting, detention, children, students, people trafficking and so forth. Also the UK Border Agency, which is a new concept to probably quite a few people. The contents cover a whole range of areas which you can see, and let me conclude by saying that each of the sections that are covered, things like how you get British citizenship, the immigration powers, trafficking, all these areas, they are preceded by helpful commentary which I've certainly found of great value, and therefore the Act itself, of course, being reproduced at the end just reinforces the points that are made. But can I just say that with all these guides, do read the commentaries, because years, I suppose 20 odd years ago, we started getting these guides appearing, and I think they really have assisted all lawyers. No one who is directly or indirectly involved in immigration issues can be without, in our view, this valuable guide, and its expert exposition of this emotive and vital 20th century area of law is only to be commended. So thank you to the lengthy group of people who've put in effort on this, and to OUP for continuing Alistair McQueen's tradition with the guides. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.